It's time to breathe again on the latest Breath of Fresh Air webcast. So, you see Patrick along with me. Great to have everybody with us watching. And Patrick, for obvious reasons, is very, very happy from a certain result that happened last game or last night with the Georgia Bulldogs finally eliminating the elephant in the room. Had to do it. But, yeah, no pun intended. Definitely a pun intended though. But they were able to hang in the first half. And then in the second half, they kind of got back to what they do. They ran the football. Stetson Bennett made plays, and the defense got after Bryce Young in, I mean, a huge way. Like Bryce Young, it was definitely not like what you saw in the SEC championship game, where Bryce Young just had time to do whatever.
One hurry.
Yeah.
All we got. Compared to the 27 hurries and 3 sacks. Yeah.
So look, Patrick, I'll just, I don't have too much to say, or at least not until you say what you got to say, because this is your team, and you've been waiting for this forever.
Well, I know for me, I've been waiting for this for 21 years. I could say that. And, you know, and this is totally abiding by the rules that I say. The only reason why I say this is because the last time we won was 1980. So to me, it's an irrelevant championship based on ruling that we got 2005. That's our ruling. That's what we came up with. So now it's 2006. So with that being said, the thing about it is that I've been waiting for this for a long time, crying because of crappy plays or bull crap coaches calls or anything. Anyway, yes, I've been waiting. So what do I need to do? What do you want me to say?
Nah, hey, Glow, have your moment. Like, I mean, you're gonna do it anyway. So,
first of all, I want to say this. Congratulations to a freaking awesome, well-coached Alabama team. Watching the interviews with the kids, you know, that played in the game, listening to Nick Saban, truthfully a class act in Alabama. Nick Saban, there was one interview where he got a couple of his players, he told them to sit back down and he praised them.
Yeah, I saw that with Will Anderson and Bryce Young. Yep.
Yeah. He praised them on TV. This is the reason why you want to play for this man. This is the reason why he recruits well. This is the reason why he gets the best out of his players. So anytime you hear me and Charles say Nick Saban has this way of getting the best out of his players, this is the reason why. Because Nick Saban, he shows his appreciation to these kids day in and day out. And this is coming from somebody. I've met this man at Hilton when they did an SEC conference here in Destin, Florida. I met this man. I talked to him, and he is nowhere near what he is on camera as he is in person. He is an awesome guy to talk to, and this is the reason why he is a class act. His team is a class act, and there's nothing that you can take away from this Alabama team. Much respected team, and it's the reason why they're playing for a playoff almost every single year. You know, that's the reason why that's the reason why Nick Saban has 6 championships. But, you know, with that being said, you got to give Bulldogs credit. You know, a lot of people are going to tell me, well, if Williams was still in, Alabama had a chance. Possibly. Or if Williams was still in, they would have won. I don't think so. Not with the chip that Georgia brought with that they had on their shoulders. And I feel that I don't think he was going to be that big of a. Sorry, I don't think he was going to be that big of an impact. He would have made plays. Alabama would have scored. I do say that, but even with him being injured, yes, they lost their both best wide receivers. But this is the thing. This is my point of view. 9 times out of 10, the best coach and the best quarterback is going to win. Best coach on that field last night, Nick Saban, without a doubt. The best quarterback on that field, Bryce Young, without a doubt. They got beat not because of what Stetson Bennett did. He made some big plays. He took care of the ball. He did what he was supposed to do. That defense that Georgia brought, they brought it. They were blitzing. They probably sent a blitz almost every single play. Some way, shape, or form, they sent an extra man on every single play. There was 101 plays that Alabama had on offense. I guarantee you 101 of them, Georgia sent a blitz. And that was the difference. SEC championship, Alabama came with a chip on their shoulder. They was disrespected by the media. They were disrespected by everybody. And honestly, Georgia probably even went in thinking that we got this. We're the best team in the nation. A little cocky. Hey, I'm from Georgia. I know. We always cocky. I'm just saying. But then they got put in their place. They got dropped from way up here, and they got leveled, and they were embarrassed. And I knew that it was going to be a different team after that Michigan game when Kirby Smart said, "No, you're not putting that on me. We still got business to handle." I think at that point you're going to be dealing with a different Georgia team. So I am hugely impressed with the way they played. I kind of felt there was a lot of calls that were missed. People will disagree with me, or they may agree with me. The Bryce Young fumble, I feel that was an incomplete pass. But at the same time, if you're gonna call that, then you need to call the intentional grounding that goes with that. But then you got to call it the same way. When Stetson Bennett threw his, they called that a fumble, which by the rules was not, and they called it a fumble recovery. Now the recovery was clean, but the fumble, it should have been called an incomplete pass with intentional grounding. But other than that, I'm happy. I'm happy with the outcome. Georgia kind of fought through a lot of adversity and came out on top. So I was thoroughly impressed.
All right, so a couple of things here. What's going on, Dominic? And your comment there. So the 49ers, I know they can beat the Rams. So like that wasn't what I was doubting there at all. Whether or not they're going to win the Super Bowl, that could be another topic. But I spoiler alert, I do think they'll move on past next week. We'll get to that in a minute, though. But with this game, I just give Georgia credit just for hanging in, because in the first half, I think Alabama outplayed Georgia. They came out with that tempo, and when they had the same thing, I guess, that was going on in the SEC championship game, running all those sideline to sideline plays, getting those dudes. Yep, there's Dominic again. Who's starting, Dominic? Look, we'll get to that in a minute, man. Chill, calm down, Dominic. You already trying to cut.
Hey, let us get through this championship game.
Yeah, you already trying to
cut. Then we'll get on the NFL. Just give us a few minutes.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and put that on.
Let us rep for a minute. Let us rep for a minute.
He already cussing me out. We got 10 minutes in. Wow. Whew. Yeah, man, emotions. But Bama, I told Bear this. And I also asked him, quick little story. He wanted me to tell you congratulations, Patrick, on the victory.
Oh, he would get on here and tell me himself?
Yeah, so about that, I said, Or you can come on the webcast and tell them that yourself. No, I'm good. I'm like, you're garbage.
True LSU fan. I mean, that is what an LSU fan would do. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, an Alabama fan, they get out here just like they did all on social media. A real Alabama fan would do what Georgia fans do: get on here and tell you congratulations. So that's that, bear.
Man. But look, I think with Georgia, the way they just hung in the first half, because Bama was able to move the ball, even though they were getting pressure on Bryce Young, they were able to move the ball in between the 20s, but Georgia could make plays in the red zone and they minimized the damage.
Yep.
And so when it got to the end of the first half, it was 9-6. I texted Bear and I said, Georgia is very fortunate to be down 9-6. And also, in the back of my head, I said, Bama could be in a little bit of trouble because I feel like what Bama was trying to do was get that doubt in, run it up the score, try to get up by 10, 14 points, put that doubt in Georgia's head. Oh, man, we got to try to throw the ball, do what they tried to do in the SEC championship game and then the game last season in Tuscaloosa where Georgia fell behind, and then Bennett's trying to do things that you're not looking for him to do. You want him to kind of play within the structure of the offense. And you could tell, Patrick, I mean, Georgia they were iffy at first. The offense, you had offsides penalties, or excuse me, false starts. Yeah, false starts penalties, delay a game penalties. And then Stetson Bennett, he just dropped the ball. Like that bad boy just squirted out and it just popped
out. Can you imagine what I was going through at that moment? It's the reason why my voice is so raspy right now. I have been yelling and cussing and screaming until 12:30 this morning. If that tells you anything, 4.5 hours, bro. Yelling.
But give Georgia credit for hanging in. Like they weathered that storm, especially that initial surge. And yes, I mean, you can sit there and debate if Jameson Williams was healthy, what type of difference it could make, whatnot. First of all, look, terrible injury. For those who saw the play live, really awful. And you want to see the best players out there, no matter what.
Yep.
And you would have loved to see Jameson Williams stay in that game and not have that misstep, because the boy just took a misstep and then his knee it buckled, gave up.
My stomach, bro.
It was gross.
I watched it live, and when I saw it, I walked away. I couldn't watch it again.
It was gross.
I mean, even thinking about it, got sick.
Yeah. So look, I think what Georgia did more often than not, especially when they got into the second half, Patrick, was they stuck with their game plan and they didn't get away from the run. They were able to break off that big run. Who was it? Was it Cook? Yeah, Cook broke off that 67-yard run. White started getting going. And then you had the moment of truth with Stetson Bennett, where he was able to we'll get to it, Dominic. I promise.
We're actually almost done with this topic.
Yes, we are. We're gonna go on the wild card weekend preview here in a little bit. So, Dominic, calm down, man. Chill.
Today, man.
I know he's just aggressive. I guess the Cowboys comment, I guess, got him going. But look, when Georgia was able to keep running the ball, and Stetson Bennett had that moment of truth. They're down 18-13, and people are thinking, "Oh my gosh, here we go. This is the time where Kirby Smart's going to kind of lose his marbles. This is where Stetson Bennett might make that big mistake." He did not. I mean, he came in there and he made throws, and that touchdown pass, knowing he had a free play, dude. There's all pros. Like all SEC performers and everything who might not have had to just nuts to make that throw.
That was a gutsy call. That was a gutsy throw, and Stetson, he put it on the money, man. I give the kid credit, man. I mean, me personally, I'm sitting here telling you, I don't think Stetson Bennett wins that game for Georgia. I really do think the Georgia defense won that game. But I will tell you this: every aspect of that game, Alabama outplayed them. Bryce Young, even though he threw 2 interceptions, he was the better quarterback. I mean, just the throws just because he was in the game is the reason why Alabama stayed in that game until the fourth quarter. Just because
57 passes, though, dude. Even for Bryce Young, that's a lot.
It is a lot. But he had to make those plays. It was in his hands. He lost both of his wide receivers. He had to be the one.
You don't think they could have ran the ball a little bit more? I mean, it would have been tough. Don't get me wrong. Like, both of these teams are stout.
I don't think they would have had as much success.
I mean, both of these teams are stout against the run. Both of these teams are stout against the run. So, I mean, I understand it would have been difficult to get things going. But with them losing their top receivers, I would think it would have been a little bit more of a reason to at least try to lean on.
I would have ran more. Absolutely. I think Robinson. How many carries did he have? 14.
No, he actually had 22 carries.
He did have 22.
So it's not like they didn't try to run. I mean, he did.
I would probably put him in about 35 or 40 then. I would have definitely ran the ball more because I would have needed to see the play. I wanted to get my play action going. But the team that got their play action going was Georgia. I mean, they ran that ball 5 times in a row. They were expecting that. They were expecting another run, and then Stetson dumped it off to Bowers for that 15-yard pass to the touchdown.
Yeah, that was nice too. Alabama was on an all-out blitz on that too.
Oh yeah, they sent 9. They sent like 7 people, dude. It was an all-out blitz. They sent 7, and Bowers.
No, they sent the whole state. They sent Alabama.
The whole state.
Yeah, they sent Alabama on there.
They even called Mobile. Like,
all the cities.
Get in there.
Montgomery, get it. Birmingham, get it. Tuscaloosa, get it. Even Auburn, get you some of this too.
Hey, Auburn, will you help us out for just a minute?
Just a
but no, yeah, I got to give Stetson Bennett a lot of credit, man. He maintained par. Did he get the MVP? Yes. Did he earn it? Yeah, he did earn it. But I would probably give him that MVP. I would have probably
win the MVP. Was it Ringo?
Ringo got the no. Cien.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I would have gave it to Dean because the reason why Cien got all of the hype and all of the plays is because Dean was on the other side and they weren't running to him. That was plain and simple. They didn't go on that side. They did not test Dean. They tested Dean one time, and he clobbered the crap out of their wide receiver.
So,
which was Bowers.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he leveled him. That was it.
Well, Patrick, look, hey man. So we'll go ahead. We'll wrap this one up, man. Before we do wrap it up, with the bow on the college football season, any more parting shots before we move on?
Nah, man. Just proud of my dogs. That's that simple as that. And they we always know you have through Tuscaloosa to get that national championship. And Georgia came with a chip on their shoulder, and we went through Tuscaloosa to get it. So I'm proud of my dogs. Very proud that we got our revenge against Alabama. We finally got over that hurdle. But no disrespect to that Alabama team. They are a good squad, and best believe there's a good chance they're going to be there again next year. So just shout out to Nick Saban and that Crimson Tide. But all I can say is Tide got rolled. Tide rolled. Tide rolled. Tide rolled. There we go.
Well, all right, Patrick. I'm really, really happy for you, man, because you've been riding or dying with him, man. So I know it's been a long time coming for you.
How many times I say I was going to give up on him and then still flags?
Look, here's the thing. Like, I didn't feel like you would give up on them, but I know you was talking about like, man, I'm done being the Georgia Bulldogs fan. I said, no, you're not.
Yeah, everybody knows I'm not.
Yeah.
I say it every year. I was like, damn dogs, they can't score worth crap. I'm giving up on them. I'm not watching anything next year. Next year, flags flying, shirt worn. Here we go again. Let's do it.
Well, all right, Patrick. Let's get to the NFL Super Wild Card Weekend.
Here we go, Dominic. You ready?
Yes, here we are, Dominic. This is it now. So since you are a relatively new viewer to the show, and again, appreciate you coming on in and chopping it up with us.
Yeah, it's fun.
Every game, no matter what the round is, we will go through, we will break them down, and we just kind of go in the order of when the games are supposed to come on. So trust me, we will get into the Pittsburgh Steelers because I don't know how they made the playoffs, but they're in there somehow.
They got past Baltimore in overtime.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
But so with that being said, we'll just go through all these games in the sequence that they're going to appear. And I guess the first game, with all that being said, is the Las Vegas Raiders going to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. So that is your Saturday at I never watch what I say, Dominic. You're just look, Dominic, just prepare to have every single word that comes out of your mouth be a complete and utter F-bomb and some other cuss word, because I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna be pretty pissed at me. So get used to the feeling, homie. Get used to it.
Hey,
but,
Dominic, this is very different. Normally, the fans are mad at me.
Yeah, I'm normally the one that's the chill guy, just kind of kicking back. So Patrick's enjoying this, obviously.
No, I'm enjoying the hell out of it, man.
So
it's nice to be on the sidelines for a minute.
So Cincinnati and Las Vegas, man. So these two, a good thing about a lot of these games also, Patrick, I think 5 out of the 6 games are rematches out of earlier matchups, besides the aforementioned 49ers and Cowboys matchup that we'll get to. But you got Vegas going to Cincinnati. The Bengals, of course, won the AFC North, surprise winners of the AFC North. And the Raiders, with their win over the Chargers in overtime, they got in there with a 10-7 record. So this is going to be yeah, all right, Dominic. The Cowboys are in cringe. Maybe if they get rid of Jerry Jones, they'll do something. But look, Cincinnati and Vegas. Who do you got in that game? And what's the score? And that's another thing we do too. We give scores.
Oh yeah, we give the score. Okay, so Cincinnati, my personal opinion, biggest difference maker that is going to be is Joe Burrows. I really think that it is his game to win, or it's his game to lose. Either he's going to make the plays and they win, or he's going to make the plays and Las Vegas wins. So with that being said, I think this is a 3.5.
I think so. Yes,
3.5 to Cincinnati. I do think they'll cover the 49.5 spread that they have. So I'm going. I got Cincinnati winning, and I got Cincinnati winning 35-28.
Close game. I actually like that score as well. The Raiders are tough, man. Like, they showed a lot of toughness. They were 6-7. They had just gotten blown out by 39 points in Kansas City, and it looked like they were just done. But somehow they just okay. All right, Dominic. Give me a break with that. They're gonna play Jimmy G if he's ready to go. So, and either way, it won't make a difference. They're still gonna win. I'll be comfortable having Trey Lance out there beating y'all. But the Raiders, they're just tough, man. They just find a way. They find a way to just get it done. No matter how ugly it may be, no matter no matter how ugly, no matter how pretty it may be, they just find a way. They scrap together victories. They win by 2 in Cleveland. They win by 3 in Indianapolis, and they find a way to get this game against the Chargers. So I mean, they scrap, and then they had another tough game. I think the Denver Broncos too, that they won 17-13. They just scrapped and clawed over after everything they had done or been through with John Gruden, and then the tragedy with Henry Ruggs and all that they had to go through, the loss of a woman in that horrific crash. The Raiders are still here though, and Derek Carr, to me, I mean, a lot of people are down on Derek Carr. I've always liked Derek Carr. I'm not saying he is the elite of the elite, but this dude, he he's a guy you can get behind. You know, I mean, he's a guy that you can say, you know what? I know no matter what, he's going to give me everything that we can handle, and we're going to get his best effort. With all that being said, though, man, I do think Cincinnati is going to pull this out. Uh, with the Raiders being an indoor team, and then they're having to go outdoors to Cincinnati, it looks like it's going to be cold. And then we'll get to the game in Buffalo in a minute. But can you imagine how those atmospheres are going to be, Patrick, for the playoffs? Those at Cincinnati and Buffalo, they are going to be on fire.
And Buffalo got New England.
Yeah, they're going to be on fire. So I think it's actually going to be a little bit lower scoring. I'm going to go Cincinnati 24-20. I think it's going to be. I think the defenses will show up a little bit in this game, but yeah, I have Cincinnati winning. I would not be surprised if the Raiders pulled that out, though, just based off of what they've been through and how they just been able to scrap, dude.
Yeah, and that defense is going to give Burrows a hard time, and that's the reason why I said I really do think that Burrows is going to be the difference maker. Either he's going to make the passes that leads his team to a victory, or he's going to turn the ball over that leads his team to ultimate getting. So that's how I feel about it. I think Joe is going to do what he needs to do, take care of the ball, and wrap it up and be ready for the next game.
It's going to be difficult for the Raiders to match up with that receiving core with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. They have 3 just studs there at the receiving core. And then I think the running of Joe Mixon will make a big difference as well. I think if the Raiders are going to win, they need a big game from Jacobs. Josh Jacobs.
Absolutely. And Carr.
Yes. And so and the Raiders, if Darren Waller, if he's looking like he's back to where he is, that's a difficult matchup for Cincinnati too. So
yeah.
As I said, these two teams, they played each other earlier in Las Vegas. The Bengals won, I think it was 32-13, but that game was pretty close up until about 6 minutes, and then everything just kind of fell apart on the Raiders at the end. So there we go. All right, Patrick. So we both got Cincinnati in this one. Let's move on to that next game with the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. So obviously, these two teams, division rivals, they split their meetings this season with each winning on the other's home field. This game, of course, is in Buffalo, and you got Bill Belichick on one side, and it's pretty hard to go against Bill Belichick in a lot of these games if it comes down to X's and O's things. But the Bills have Josh Allen, man, and I think Josh Allen is one of those guys where if he is able to get going, he is capable of carrying the team on his back. So there's going to be no secrets here. No secrets here. These teams know each other very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I can't really say with confidence which way I'm going with this one. I mean, I have an idea, but I don't know.
I can't say with confidence either. And this is the hardest game to pick. This one is one of the hardest games to pick. I have another one, but this one was the hardest game to pick for me.
So what do you have? What did you end up coming up with?
So I think this is where, and this is going to kill me to say it. It really is. It's going to kill me to say it. This is where I think Mac Jones' inexperience shows. He's a phenomenal quarterback. He does what he needs to do, but this is where Bill Belichick. It took 56 runs for this New England team to beat Buffalo last time. That's not going to happen again. So we're going to have to see Mac Jones make some plays. And that could pose an issue due to the lack of experience that he has in the NFL. With that being said, I will be rooting for the Patriots, but I got Buffalo winning 30-27.
30-27, like the score. Excuse me. I think. The Patriots. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out and not necessarily spread the ball all over the court or the court. So spread the ball all over the field.
Hey, Patrick, get your crap together.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, got it. Wrong sport. Spread the ball all over the field, but I do think they're going to try to come out and try to establish a little bit of passing, just simply because I think they are going to want to run the football and keep the Bills honest, keep them at bay. I'm pretty sure Buffalo is going to come in with that where we got to stuff this run. I mean, you don't forget about a game where someone beat you and they only threw the ball 3 times. You don't forget that. And you're going to want to do anything and everything you can to prevent that. So I look at the 2 games, and Dominic said he's got the Pats winning 14-10. Hey, give us a pick for the Raiders-Bengals game too there, Dominic, if you dare. But hey, because we're all giving scores. We're both giving scores too. So only fair, Dominic. Only fair. You got 14-10 was actually the score New England won that game, the first game in Buffalo. Yep. Or 14-10, excuse me. And then the game in Foxborough, Buffalo won 33-21. We're able to get the game a little bit more higher scoring, which I think that's a little bit more out of New England's comfort zone. So looking at the weather for this game, I'm hearing, Patrick, it's going to be single digits, wind chills, below below 0. That weather, depending on the style, if you're going to look at the styles of play, that favors New England. Because Buffalo doesn't run the ball. That's the thing.
Goes to the South.
That's true, but if you can run the football, that can balance that out. Buffalo doesn't run the ball well.
That's true. But is Buffalo going to allow that to happen again?
Hey, maybe they won't have it. Maybe they just get mushed. Who knows?
If they mush them and win 14-10 because they ran the ball 60 times.
Yes.
I will be thoroughly impressed.
All right. So so Dominic has the Bengals winning too. Nice score, 24-18. See, look, what did I have? I had 24-20. So
that's the reason why y'all don't get along. Y'all too much alike.
I know, I guess so, right? But I don't know, Patrick. I do think this will be a low scoring game. You had the Bills winning
30-27.
30-27. All right. I'm gonna go. Man, it's gonna be tough. I want to pick the Pats.
I do too. I wanted to. I mean, don't get me wrong. If they win, I'll be super happy. But
yeah,
that weather, man. That's the factor right there. The weather.
I think Josh Allen running the football as well will be a factor in this game. I'm gonna go Buffalo. I think it's gonna be low scoring, man. I think it's like 20-14. That maybe 20-17. Now, just like with the Bengals Raiders score, I would not be surprised if the Pats won this game either. Would not shock me at all if the Patriots won this game. But yeah, I'm
Every
gonna
one
go
of these games, it would not surprise me if the other team that I pick against would not surprise me if they won. This is probably one of the best wild card rounds I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, some interesting matchups for sure, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's move on to Sunday's games. And the first game on the docket is the Philadelphia Eagles traveling down to Tampa to take on the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Bucks. Now, the Eagles run the ball well, and that's going to be their meal ticket to win. I mean, with Jalen Hurts running the ball, you have Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard. They have a lot of running backs that can come out there and run the football. Having said that, the one thing that the Eagles do well, Tampa Bay is very good at stopping the run too. And big old what's his name? Yeah, Vita Vea in the middle. You can't move that dude.
Don't ask me any hard name. You know how I say that dude. Any hard name, I say that dude.
A mountain of a man to move out of that middle. Vita Vea just stuffs everything there.
He like Jordan Davis, man.
Yes, yeah, for Georgia. So look, this one I would be shocked if the Eagles are able to go on down there and win this game, man. Tampa Bay is a little bit depleted with the receiving core. Godwin's out for the year. You got the episode that is Antonio Brown. We'll just call it that for
now. Let's not get started.
So he's gone, but other receivers are starting to step up. Tom Brady's getting a little bit more chemistry with these guys. And you still have Gronkowski and Mike Evans to throw to as well. So I have a tough time believing the Eagles are going to come out of here with a victory. I have Tampa Bay winning by 14 to 17 points. I'm going 31-14.
Yeah. I honestly completely forgot that Tampa Bay was playing Philadelphia. So with that being said, 5 out of the 6 teams, I would be surprised. Yeah, you're going 14-17. I'm going 14 to 17 points by win. I think even the spread only says 8.5 Tampa Bay on this.
Yes, the Steelers and Chiefs have the biggest spread. I think the Chiefs were minus 12.
13.5.
Oh, my God, it went up. Oh my God.
As of 4:30 this afternoon, it went to 13.5.
Oh.
So, and then Dominique says he's got the Bucks winning 28-18. And look, even with the depleted wide receiver core, there's one thing that Philly does not have, and that's Tom freaking Brady. Period, point blank. You say 14-17. I'm saying 17-21. I'm probably going to go. I think Tampa Bay will get a couple of field goals in there. So let's say 36-14.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got a solid 20-something points.
I got a solid win. And it's because I just don't think Philly. You said Philly has a great run offense, and they do. One of the best in the NFL. But unfortunately, they're going against Tampa Bay, who is ranked number 1 against run offense. So, with that being said,
Vita
is going to be. So, I would be I'd be hard pressed to think that the Eagles can come out of this game. If they do, you'll have to tip your hat to that team because they came out to play. But again, it's the same story every year. Your difference maker is going to be Tom Brady, and he knows how to handle the ball. So that it's a solid win.
Yes. Yeah. Excuse me for the cough, y'all. My bad. But Yeah, so he's got 28-18. So we all got Tampa Bay here. But I know now this next game is going to
Let's
cause
skip
a
this game.
whole.
Just keep him on the edge of his seat. No, let's hit it. Let's hit it.
So this game, of course, is here comes your disagreements and my getting cussed out weekly. Here it comes. So the San Francisco 49ers are coming down to Dallas to play the Cowboys on the Sunday afternoon game on CBS. I believe it's going to be on. So the Cowboys are 3-point favorites. I think they are 3 point. Okay, 3.5. So this is what you have. All right. Just looking at this from objective eyes, at least until I make this pick. But but Dallas is supposed to have this offense, this legit offense that's tough to stop. They started off hot and then they hit some skids throughout November. And then they were able to have a performance against the WTFs where they scored 56, and then they struggled again against the Cardinals. And then they played all their starters against the Philadelphia Eagles practice squad. Sorry, Dominic, because Philly didn't play anybody in that game. And so they were able to get 51 points. So look, we know what Dallas has in terms of the weapons. They have Amari Cooper, they have CeeDee Lamb. They haven't been able to run the ball well lately, though. They got a little bit going in the Eagles game, but Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, they have to show up in this game if the Cowboys are going to win. Simply put, because again, if you are putting it all on Dak Prescott, I'm sorry, I just don't see that happening, especially against a 49ers defense that's going to have Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, Arden Key, and all these guys getting after Dak Prescott on that pass rush. They better block them, or Nick Bosa can wreck the game himself. He's that good. And so on he said I'm gonna be realistic. I don't want to start anything. Nah, good score. Good score. All right. Good score. Yeah, 27-18. I can definitely understand. Look, with the game being in Dallas, man, look, I'm not going to come in there. And Patrick, you know this about me, and anybody who watches the show knows this about me, man. I'm not going to come out here and just say, yeah, man, we're going to come down there and we're going to beat Dallas 55-0. No, that's not what's going to happen. But I do think with the way the 49ers run the football, that's going to be really difficult for Dallas to handle. And Dallas is very heavily reliant on turnovers, like heavily reliant. And if you're not turning the ball over, you can roll up on 400 something yards against that defense because they got to get those splash plays. You got Trayvon Diggs. He had 11 interceptions, but he also gave up like the most yardage on his side. It's feast or famine with them. Micah Parsons is very, very good. But if you can find a way to scheme him out of there, then he can't wreck your game plan. And then the Marcus Lawrence, hit or miss. Randy Gregory, hit or miss. And so I just think it's a lot of feast or famine with them. Kyle Shanahan is one of the best schemers in the league. And I think the game plan to run the football, play action pass, and be able to hit Dallas deep with George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, and those guys, I just think the difference will be by about that same margin. I'm gonna say the 49ers will win. I'm going like something crazy, man. That 26-19 is what I'll say. I think it'll be.
You even made it closer than.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think it'll be 26-19, something like that. 27-20. But if the 49ers are able to extend that lead early, it can get away from Dallas. I really do think so. So I got 20. We'll go 27-20, 49ers.
Okay. Everything you said, I agree with 100%. 49ers, they have an offense and they have a big play offense. Dallas, they really have a hard time stopping the big play. But I think this was the second hardest game for me to pick. It really was. And I know most of America is going and saying that Dallas actually has the opportunity to win, or they're going to win. But a lot of things has to go right for either one of these teams. Like you said, if you're going to put this on Dak Prescott, you're going to lose. And this is no disrespect to Dak Prescott. I just don't think he has the capability to extend plays the way he needs to be extending plays, especially against this front four of San Francisco. I just don't. With that being said, I do think Ezekiel Elliott is going to have a huge freaking game. And I got it a little closer, but I actually got Dallas winning this 27-25.
So you have so Dominic just hit you up saying he thought you were your G, but wait a minute, you just picked Dallas.
I did. Dallas to win 27-25.
All right, so you got Dallas winning 27-25.
I have Ezekiel Elliott going big. Like literally, I think he's going big. I'm thinking something like, but they got to feed him. You got to feed this man. 30 carries, 187 yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns. So I think he's big.
The main thing with that, Dominic, because Dominic said that he said, "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed." Well, I knew you was going to be disappointed. It's all right. But
with that being said, sorry to interrupt, Charles, but with that being said, if they do not feed this man, if they do not give Ezekiel Elliott his carries, and they put this game on Dak Prescott, I am 100% in agreement with you. This game could get out of hand really fast, and San Francisco can run away with it. But they got to give this man the feed. They got to feed him. So
I think that and that's a difference to me too. So like we've talked all day about Dak Prescott. If you're going to say he's going to throw the ball 50 times, Dominic, look, I know.
Hey, Dominic, fix your comment.
Yeah. I know. Did he say? Yeah, he said. So I know. Look, Dak, I know you're a huge Cowboys fan, but look, Dak Prescott throwing the ball 50 times. It has not proven to be a recipe for success. This isn't me going hot take machine. This isn't me doing any type of, oh man, I just want to piss people off. No, it is out there. That there is factual, visible proof that if Dallas does not run the ball well, that's not a good recipe. It's not. And Dallas, especially with Mike McCarthy, more often than not, like, so, all right, for an example, Patrick, if they run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott at the beginning and we have some stops, like we're stuffing the run, is Mike McCarthy just going to just throw the running game away? Just like, we're just going to just go ahead and just throw the football. I don't think that's a good recipe for success.
He does that, they lose.
Yeah. And so that's the thing that I have to see from Dak Prescott, that he can rise up and carry the team. Because he's getting paid that way, and he's supposed to be an elite quarterback. And I haven't seen where he's just an elite quarterback. He's good. I'm not saying he's bad. He's good.
He's good.
But I'm not putting him up here with your all-timers, your greats of the league. Not right now. Now, if he's able to come through, prove me wrong here, then hey, I'll be the first one to say, all right, Dak's doing his thing. But
I love to see it because you know how I am. I love these players from the SEC, man. I want to see Dak be successful. But he is the true epitome of getting out of your own way. He is. And if he'll ever just get that concept and just get out of his own way and play the game, he's a dangerous man. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm kind of hoping somebody sees it and says, "No, we're going to run the shit out of this ball." Elliott, be ready because you're going to get 25 plus carries, and if they do that, I really do truly feel that Dallas has the opportunity to win.
All right, man. Well, let's get to these next couple of games before we get on out, Patrick. So, Dominic had asked the question earlier: how the hell did the Pittsburgh Steelers make the playoffs? I still don't know that answer myself. Oh, hold on. What did he say here? Okay, I would like to say our defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, may take another job for another team. Dan Quinn has definitely changed the culture there.
Like him. Never seen a more conservative coach in my life.
As a defensive coordinator, though, he's good. Maybe not head coach. Now, look, Dominic, you got to remember. You got to remember. Of course, Patrick is a Falcons fan, so the Dan Quinn love. He's not down with that. Yeah,
he's a great person. He's a great person. The things he did for the city of Atlanta is awesome. The things he did for the team of Atlanta.
Yeah, Patrick, never mind. Not even gonna stir those up. The Steelers and the Chiefs. I don't know how the Steelers are in the playoffs, but somehow they are. And their prize is to go to Kansas City and play the Chiefs in that rowdy environment at Arrowhead.
Congratulations, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Sunday night. And like we said, so Kansas City's a 13-point favorite now, 13 and a half. And I personally, Patrick, I mean, I feel the way about this game that I did about the Eagles and the Bucks. The Steelers cannot score. They don't throw the ball deep at all. And like everything is a dink or dunk. And the only chance they have is if Najee Harris just goes ballistic. You talking about Ezekiel Elliott has to have a big game for the Dallas Cowboys. Najee Harris has to have
400 yards.
Yes.
Touchdowns.
He has to be the second coming of Jim Brown. Like for them to have a chance. I got the Chiefs winning. So Dominic has 28-12. I don't even know if Pittsburgh scores 12. I got it like 30.
Wait till you hear my score.
Dude, I got it like 35-9. Like I got it really, really lopsided here. I want to give Pittsburgh the respect of just knowing you do have Mike Tomlin as your head coach, and you got Ben Roethlisberger as your quarterback. I mean, these are grizzled vets who do know how to win at the highest level. So I want to give that respect there, but the Steelers are they're putrid, man. Like they're just. I don't know. I don't know how. What is that? I don't know who that is. Okay. But yeah, I don't know, man. I got something like 35-9, maybe 35-16, just for a little bit of respect that Pittsburgh can make it respectable. But Kansas City, I got them just winning this solidly, like very, very solidly. Because Pittsburgh, they don't do anything, Patrick.
Well, they don't. But I can tell you this. Pittsburgh has always been a good team in the playoffs, regardless of that. Regardless of what they do in the regular season, they just tend to be a playoff team. With that being said, I still hold true with what I said. It wouldn't surprise me any to see Pittsburgh win this. That being said, I don't have Pittsburgh winning this by no means. Y'all are giving them more credit than even I'm giving them. And don't think that I don't think when I say this that I don't think Pittsburgh could win this game. I really do. I really do feel that if they do pull this off, Najee Harris has got to have a great game. Ben Roethlisberger has got to have a great game, and it's got to be a well-coached game, all of which is capable of doing. This is one team that I really do feel like they could come into Kansas City and beat them. during a playoff. With that being said, I don't think they will. I actually have Kansas City beating them 30-0.
Pittsburgh not scoring.
Not scoring at all. But if they do, like I said, they have the capability of doing it as long as Ben Roethlisberger has a game, Najee Harris has a game, and the coaching is on point. With that being said, it wouldn't surprise me if that happens. I just don't think it will.
They have to get somehow. They have to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes somehow.
Yep. And I don't think they will. They have to have a good game. And Pittsburgh has had tendencies in the past to have a perfect game in the playoffs. They've done it many times. So
look, they have TJ Watt's a game record, and so he's gonna have the stars for the Steelers have to be stars.
Yeah,
if they're gonna have any bit of an opportunity to pull this win out. TJ Watt,
and that's like different than
stats. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I was going to say, and that's different from the Philadelphia-Tampa game. Even if the Stars have a big game in Philly, they're not capable of beating that Tampa Bay team. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, I do feel they're capable of beating that Kansas City team. It's going to take a perfect game. With that being said, I don't think they will. But it wouldn't surprise me if they actually do have a perfect game. Because they're due, honestly.
Well, all right, Patrick. Let's get to this last game here. The Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. Another divisional showdown here. Same thing like with the Patriots and the Bills. Both teams split their meetings with each winning on the other's home field. This game will be in SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, and it is your Monday night wild card game on ESPN. So this one was kind of a pick 'em for me. I don't trust Kyler Murray. I don't. I don't. I think
playoffs.
Yeah, I think Kyler Murray is one of those guys that when everything goes right, then he's all good. But then his body language gets despondent when things start going bad. And if Aaron Donald and Von Miller starts getting into his kitchen, I can see that going way left too. Now, I think the Cardinals are supposed to get DeAndre Hopkins back at wide receiver. That will be a big lift for them. The Rams have to run the ball. Simply put, it just like with the Cowboys. If they don't run the football, they're going to struggle. And the Rams, now with Cam Akers back, Sony Michel's been running the ball well. I like them. I like their running game more over the Cardinals. And because of that, I think Matthew Stafford will make enough plays. And the Rams, I'm going to say they'll win like 23-16. Dominic has 14-10 for the Rams.
Well, honestly, you said it exactly how I was going to say it. The run game for Rams is going to be a huge key. I couldn't put it any better than what you just said. I actually got the Rams 17-10.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's really going to come down to which team wants to win the physical battles. We talk about it all the time. Mm-hmm. And this is when you're going to see it in the playoffs. Who wants to run the football? Who wants to win those physical man-to-man battles? Because if you're not willing to do that, you're not winning. You're not. Nope. So in this game, I think the Rams and the Cardinals, they're pretty evenly matched. But I think because of the Rams, I think they can run the ball better than the Cardinals can. And I think that would be the difference right there. So, yes, you got 17-10. I got 23-16. And Dominic got the Rams winning. I mean, look, Dominic, see, that wasn't so bad. Of course, we disagreed on the 49ers and the Cowboys game.
But you agreed on everything else.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, Jonathan. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
I wish we cared about your middle finger.
Right.
Hey, thanks for telling us we're number one. Appreciate it.
Yep, exactly. Yes, exactly. Good to see you out there, Jonathan. Glad to see that you made an appearance there. But yep. So other than that, man, just,
Thanks, man.
oh boy, you said take that crap off. Oh, no,
Thanks.
look at him, man.
Hey, all I got to say is, who's number one?
Yep, you got a championship coming to Athens, and
Let me put it up in here in the
you
right about
you
there.
have the latest in our criteria now.
Hey, hey, I don't have to. I get to claim championships too. By the way. Yeah.
Well, all right, man. Let's get on out, Patrick. So that will conclude this edition of the Breath of Fresh Air webcast. Y'all make sure that y'all visit the Breath of Fresh Air YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and keep the lights coming on the Breath of Fresh Air Facebook page. Jonathan is getting his, I guess, monthly dump of comments out before we wrap it up. But
Hey, way to show up at the end.
Yep, way to show up at the end. Exactly. But
kind of what Georgia did to Alabama.
Yeah, true.
To become number one.
Y'all look at Dominic. Yeah, Jonathan.
Happy New Year to you too, man.
Oh man, that is funny.
Dude, this show's gonna be awesome, man.
It is. Mama, look, Jonathan was trying to get it in, so he put Happy New Year. he trying to get him off there. He's like, oh shoot, oh, dang, New Year. Okay, but he wanted to go ahead and make that correction. But hey, for everybody, hey Dominic, thanks for coming on here. Jonathan, thanks for coming on here, and everybody, take care. Have a good rest of the week and take care of each other. Crazy times out here. People getting sick. Everybody getting sick. So let's take care of each other. Keep everybody safe and enjoy the games coming up this weekend. Once again, Patrick. So
I like it.
So Patrick, again, congrats on the victory, and yeah, everybody take care.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, y'all.